Hello everybody, my name is David Andreu. I'm the director and producer for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and today I'm joined by two of my wonderful colleagues, Miguel.
Hello, this is Miguel Murat. I'm level designer at the Game Kitchen.
And also joined by Uriol Tartarin.
Hello, I'm Uriol. Nice to meet you. I'm a game designer for the project.
So in today's video, we will be showing some unseen footage of the game, focusing on one new level that we're working on, and we'll be also showing some stuff related to the shop and the upgrade system of the game that was teased on the recent demo at the Steam Next Fest. So let's actually start with this. Uriol, can you explain us a little bit about the shop system and the upgrade system that we've introduced in Ninja Gaiden?
Sure. So now we are seeing the footage in the shop. Here the player will be able to purchase and equip different items that modify certain aspects of the game. We can find, for example, the talismans, which work as passive abilities, some better suited for a more defensive playstyle, and other fully focused for an offensive approach. There are also what we call secret arts, which would be similar to what ninjutsus are in NES games. The player can equip a spider weapon and a powerful ability called Ragebound art.
Nice, so we'll be seeing in action some of these systems throughout the level that we'll showcase. This level is placed around the beginning of Act 3, at the same time more or less that the castle level that we showcased at the Steam Next Fest demo. And Miguel, why don't you explain us a little bit about the idea behind this level?
So in this level, we are at a construction site that is near the Kamakura region in Japan. Like we can see all these sort of things that you would find in these places, like a forklift, cranes, like saws, and you play around trying to find one thing that is important for the story at the very end, and you'll find the boss that you'll see her quite a lot around this level actually.
This is actually one of my favorite bosses and enemy characters in the game, and we're seeing already here some heavy usage of the chakram weapon, spider weapon, I think, Uriol?
Yes, this one is called chakram. As I said before, player can equip what are called spider weapons, which are ranged weapons that each one has different properties. In this case, the chakram is a projectile which is thrown forward, piercing enemies, and then moves backwards midways until leaving the screen. It's very useful, for example, to deal with enemies that are hiding behind shielded enemies, which are difficult to reach. And well, each spider weapon grants unique advantages, so yeah, we encourage you to find the one that better suits your playstyle.
I think that with the different passive abilities, the talismans, and the more aggressive abilities that are provided by Komori, everybody can get like a very different build, right? Uriol, we have like a more survivability build, get through like harder levels, a more challenging build if players want to play searching for a better score, and there's also a more aggressive assassin builds.
Yes, combining spider weapons and different talismans, the player can tweak the way they play. You mentioned also some talismans which make the game harder. These ones are, for example, ones that totally delete out of the equation the checkpoints in the level. And if the player chooses to play with those talismans, they are rewarded with a higher score at the end of the level, up to an S++.
So in this level we can see already a big chunk of enemies getting at you at once.
That's right, like we've got many enemies in the game, but like some of them are placed with what we call a hypercharge. If you kill them, you get the hypercharge, which allows you to slice huge demons, like not just the small ones, but also the huge ones, which usually require more than one hit, or might even be shielded. but with a hypercharge you can kill them all. And it's something that it is there for you to use, but you don't need it. Like, you can play however you want. Like, you can enjoy slicing all the enemies on the screen and making some fun choreography and feeling super cool. And you can also like jump over the enemies and rebound on them, or go through them and leave them behind you. That's up to you.
So several ways of getting through the levels, being like extremely destructive, being like attacking the enemies with multiple hits, or getting the best hypercharge opportunities. So here's Rivashi. We see her previously in the game. We don't want to make some spoilers, but here she's back, putting things a little bit more difficult.
Yes, that's right. So in the game we have some sections that change a little bit how we play the levels. So it's more fun, more fresh. So in this part, for instance, like you have to hide behind walls and elements of the screen so you don't get wiped out by the boss.
But we are also getting hard in the hard mode. Isn't that right?
Yes, we are also getting a hard mode. So we've rebuilt the levels. Like, the levels are the same, but we've made it different for the hard version of the game. It's not just like making the enemies getting more health points from you, but they also attack a little bit different. Like, the levels have more challenging parts with maybe more spikes, or maybe a different section as we played in the normal version of the level.
In this level we have like a lot of platforming sections also, but the most challenging parts are definitely those of Kumori. We call like the demon detours, when Kumori commutes with the alternative reality and she can't move to different parts. We'll be finding quite a few of these around the levels.
Yes, we have a few per level. Some are optional that will lead you to items and secret stuff, and some others you'll have to get them right so you can advance in the game. But I think players should not fear, because these parts of the game can be repeated as many times as people need. So you won't be losing any health points in these sections. It's just time based, and you can repeat these sections as many times as you need.
But if you want to get like the highest score, you will have to take into account not only the time that it takes you to complete the level, but also catch up all the collectibles and to get all the challenges done. So about collectibles, Uriel, can you explain us a little bit how we're doing this in Ragebound?
Sure. Through the level, the player will be able to find many collectibles. There are three kinds of collectibles. For example, we have the crystal skulls. Their purpose are to let you have the highest score in the level. But also, if you collect all of them, you'll have a special reward, which we will not be saying here. You have to find out by yourself. There are also the golden scarabs, which are the currency of the game. Those will let you buy items from the Muramasa store, the items we told you before. And finally we have the scrolls, which if you take one, you unlock a secret level.
Yep, so we have like main level, secret ops, that's how we call them. And how are items unlocked on Muramasa shop?
Yes, so item unlocks are tied to the score you are given at the end of the level. For example, you'll see at the end of this level that if the player takes a V, for example, they unlock a new spider weapon. So yeah, we encourage you to get the highest score in order to unlock the best items in the game. Okay, so talking about the Ragebound arts, you can see next to the health and key bars there are some red orbs. Those are the rage orbs, which if you replenish them, you will be able to use a Ragebound art. Ragebound arts consume all those orbs and lets you use a powerful ability. We have many different abilities, each one for a different playstyle. For example, we have some offensive ones, which are a screen clearing attack. and others that give you more utility, like freezing time or granting you a pool of healing powers.
Yeah, so the idea is that we have like different offensive, defensive attacks, talismans, etc. Like so that every kind of player can find his own way of playing Ragebound. Okay, so this is an interesting bit. The Red Demon is getting his revenge with the bulldozer after being run over, or his demon family, with a forklift.
Yeah, the game is full of these small size bits that break a little bit the action in different styles, and it will surprise the player more than once, I think.
So now we're getting into this boss fight, one of my favorite evil characters in the game, that takes place in this ancient temple that has been unearthed during the construction works. It's quite a fun and dynamic fight. She's one of the smallest, I'd say, bosses in the game, right, Uriel?
Yes, this one is mainly flying all the time. She attacks you by throwing lightning strikes at you. And as you can see, from time to time, she casts you some lightning rods. And one of those is always glowing in a pink aura. Destroying this lightning rod with a range attack grants you an hypercharge attack. And if you deal this hypercharge attack to the boss, you can stagger it. So you can gain a pretty big window to hit it and deal massive damage to it.
Yeah, this is something that is like common between all the enemies, right? You can go like to deal heavy blows, but you can also like try to stagger them to get like a free chance of a multi-hit.
Yes, you can deal cheap damage to it by jumping and attacking, but you always have to look forward for these hypercharged windows, which each boss has it differently. And yeah, that's your goal in each fight, is to stagger it and deal a lot of damage.
So this would be like kind of the early mid-game boss in terms of like difficulty patterns, etc. We'll be finding a lot of big creatures.
Yes, a lot of big creatures and others not that big, but equally dangerous. But yeah, quite a lot of variety we have here.
As you can see in the boss fight, like when you got the first hit, there was a pop-up that said that you failed one of the challenges of this level. So on top of everything else, in each level we have different challenges that are defined exclusively for each level. And in the case of this level, like one of them is to do a no-hit during this fight. But there are several different kinds of challenges, like defeat different kinds of enemies, or like fly through a part of the level without stepping on the ground, doing guillotine boosts on a certain amount of enemies. And I think it's an extra challenge for those who want a little bit more, and will get rewarded with more score.
Okay, so until here, today's video of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Remember, the game will be out on July 31st on all platforms, and we're really looking forward for you to play them. Thanks a lot for staying with us, and until next time.